Welcome back to another podcast, man. I have a special guest here today. Danny sent him to me. I've been sending him online though, him and his brother. But I'm gonna let him tell his story though. Welcome to the podcast.
What's that?
Welcome
to the podcast. I said, what happened? I said, what podcast? Hey, thank you. Thanks for the invite, man. I got a chance to check out the last episode that you did with Danny. I was very impressed.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely wanted to be a part of it. So,
yeah.
I appreciate the invite.
So, how long y'all been doing what y'all do?
Man, we've been on at it like 12 years now.
Ooh, 12 years. Yeah. Own it.
Yeah.
Y'all have a lot of members?
Yeah, we do pretty good. We do okay.
Okay. Because, a lot of people, do y'all know Kevin, huh?
Yeah, Infinity Fitness?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I always chop it up with Kevin too.
Okay.
Yeah, he good people though. So
he is real good people.
One of the challenges I think that a lot of people have is like keeping members.
Yeah.
That's some of the challenges y'all have?
Well, I mean, we're actually unique in that respect is that we do pretty good with retention.
Retention rate good.
Yeah, we do pretty good with retention. So it's been a blessing for sure. But yeah, I understand it is a challenge for a lot of gyms and a lot of people.
Yeah.
But hey, just no complaints.
So as you start this fitness journey, because you're one of the head trainers there?
Yeah, I'm one of the owners for our North location.
Okay.
And I do train as well.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about fitness, because I think people. My biggest problem with fitness is I'm trying to get rid of this little bitty belly right here.
Okay.
Now my wife said the reason why they ain't left yet because you ain't eating right.
That's most definitely correct. That's correct.
So what are some of the challenges that you guys have? Do y'all do like team workouts, or y'all do
we do group training, we do one-on-ones. Really probably our bread and butter will be the group training.
Okay.
But yeah, we do what needs to be done as far as like the individual, what they want to do.
Okay, so what do you think that people are struggling with the most though when it comes to fitness?
I think diet is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, what we eating?
We're eating horrible processed foods.
Yes,
with tons of sugar in it.
Tons of it.
And we've as adults, I think that's how we have become accustomed to treating ourselves.
Okay.
And that's our treat. Like
that's
our reward.
Is it Americans or
American general? American general, specifically Houston, Texas. I mean, there's a restaurant on every corner.
That's true.
Hey man, it is what it is.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I'm like, man, I told my wife, okay, but this is the hard part. I'm trying to stop eating after a certain time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still hard though, because I be getting hungry at night.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what's going on?
It's an adjustment period.
It is.
It's an adjustment period. I'll tell anybody, man, if you've been doing something for the last 15, 20 years, it's like a drug, honestly. Sugar is more addicting than crack in some studies.
That's true.
Look it up. Look it up.
So you say y'all got 2 locations.
Yeah.
All right. Both of them, they got about the same amount of members?
Yeah, roughly. I think our South location, our original location, has a little bit more. It's a little bit more centrally located. More people in that area and that small amount of area. So it has more a little bit, but it's pretty cool.
So I like to talk a little bit about legacy. So y'all been doing this for 12 years.
Got you.
All right. So when we talk about legacy, what is the legacy that you guys want to leave behind?
That's a good question. I would say, universally speaking, empowerment, empowering individuals to be better versions of themselves.
Yeah, that's good. So when you say be better version of yourself, like kind of dive into that a little bit more. Like what you mean be a better version of yourself?
Well, I think initially it starts off from the physical aspect, just getting that body that you want, getting that doctor's report that you want.
Doctor's report.
But then after that, just growth, like mentally, spiritually. That all ties in with the physical.
Yeah, because this is the thing though, because I always ask people this question, like legacy, because we all working for our last name.
Okay,
that's my mindset. We working for our last name, because when you pass away, what are other people gonna say about you? That's one of the keys that I think that most people need to focus on, because a lot of people just waking up really don't have a sense of purpose.
Right.
Most of the people in the world, I mean, they go into jobs they hate. They mindset ain't even on the right level. And it's like, man, like, why is it so important that you think that people should work out? I have an answer, but why do you think it's important that people should work out?
Quality of life, man. Quality of life. You're what's more valuable than your health?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, you can have all the money in the world, but if you have to be hooked to a ventilator every day,
Yeah.
Is it worth it? You know what I mean? So there's nothing more important than your health, man. I believe that wholeheartily. Like if you have health, like you can not have as much money and be healthy and be happy.
That's
versus
true.
just having tons and boatloads of money.
Trying to get that out.
Yeah, man. It's and I think I don't know, just in society, we put our priorities on the wrong thing.
Oh, say that again.
You know what I mean? So we focus more on the bag than focusing on some of the things that are more important.
But we focus on might have a bag if you.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bag. That's the wrong bag.
That's the wrong bag.
The bag will get you the bag if you don't take care of it.
So people don't be. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, it's just so crazy. I did see that you guys are doing I don't think it was your brother. Or you? I don't know. Y'all dropped a course.
Yeah, we got a couple things going on. Okay. Like we do have we have challenges that we do.
Okay.
We have online programming. We do boot camps. Right now in our in-house, we're doing a challenge called 10 different pounds.
Okay.
So man, and just kind of piggyback to what you were talking about, I kind of also feel it's a cultural thing.
Okay.
It's a cultural thing. Like in our culture, we don't always prioritize health. At least where I'm from. I'm gonna speak from. I'm from the east side of Houston.
Okay.
Right. And man, we wasn't trying to work out if it wasn't for a sport.
Man, come on. We wasn't working out.
Yeah. But I mean, we had to, because I was an athlete, right?
Okay.
You had to play sports, right? But that wasn't why I wasn't hitting the weights because, man, I want to feel good when I'm 50.
Yeah.
It was because I wanted to perform. So I think like what I've noticed, once we get past that sports age and 20s and 30s, partying, hanging out, it wasn't a priority. Where I do see it in other cultures where, no, you eating healthy is a priority because
it's the mindset.
It's the mindset.
So how do we change for the next generation though?
Education. I think it starts at home.
Okay.
It starts at home, man. If you want to create a different child, you got to be a different person. You know, your kids, a lot of the diseases that we suffer with in our culture specifically are not because they're hereditary bloodline. It's because hereditary behavior. You know what I mean? So if you're continuously eating the same way that cause these problems, of course it's going to pass down to the children because they're going to eat the same way that you ate.
But this is the thing though. It's hard. Everything's processed.
Yeah, and to some degree, yes.
Okay, like we go to the store. Like for instance, like me and my wife, we go grocery shopping every week.
Yeah.
We believe we have a system that we call Fight for Zeros.
Okay.
So Fight for Zeros is Monday through Fridays, we can't swipe our card. Gotta be on zero.
Okay.
So that means we got a food prep and we gotta make sure we got our breakfast, everything for the whole week on Sunday.
Yeah.
So so you can't spend no money until Saturday.
Right.
So leave all your cards home, everything.
Okay.
It's a level of discipline though.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So I'm going to all these. I'm going to Kroger's. I'm looking. I'm like, man, everything look processed to me though.
You want to stay on the outside of the grocery store most as possible.
Okay.
Like everything in the aisles, it's processed. Okay. It has additives to keep it long, shelf life. Keep the shelf life long. The less ingredients it have in it, the better.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? So if you have an orange, the only thing that's in that orange is an orange.
I got you.
But you can go to that center aisle and get a couple oranges that has all of this fructose corn syrup and all these other additives.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look for quality over price, over ingredient. You know what I mean?
Because I think that's one of my biggest things. Is like I told my wife, okay. First, we tried pescatarian. I might be trying all kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm trying pescatarian, just like I'm not gonna eat no chicken. I'm just gonna eat shrimp, fish. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going. And so then I'm like, that ain't gonna work out for me.
Okay.
All right. So then I tried the weigh my food thing.
Yeah.
It's
tedious.
That's a little time consuming for me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of time.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? And then I backdoor. I said, okay, I ain't gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the 2 days just meat, 3 days no meat.
Okay.
So I'm trying everything.
Okay.
And it's still hard, man.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have the temptations
of
the different foods that you like, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Man, you systemize it where you can be successful.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? So instead of having to weigh it out one time. If you're eating the same thing every day,
I got you.
And you know 2 scoops of this
got you.
is that. And this is what I need to stay with throughout the week. You know, you have the containers, the ones that have the separate containers.
Yeah.
After you've weighed it out one time, you kind of know.
You know.
What I'll personally do is I'll do the same thing. I'll food prep on my Sunday or Saturday, and I pretty much eat the same thing all week throughout the weekend.
Okay.
I do allow myself to have cheat meals.
Of course.
Unless I'm trying to hit a specific goal.
I got you.
And then that's where that delayed gratification comes in.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get the body like a Kevin, you know what I mean? Like Kevin has it to a T.
Oh, yeah.
But if you talk to him about his discipline, what he takes to get there, we can do it. It's like, are you willing to do it?
That's true. The sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice.
It's
a sacrifice. I get it. Because that's one of my things. I love food. And I love all the bad stuff, just like everybody else. You know, gumbo and nachos. I can do that every other day, like back and forth. But I know all of those calories and alcohol too. We got to talk about alcohol. Alcohol is empty calories. There's no nutritional value in it. So if you think about it, if you drink 2 beers a night, just come home watching 2 beers a night, maybe 3 or 4 on the weekends. And that's just, you know, beer.
Yeah.
That's an extra pound a week. And just calories alone. You know what I mean? So it's
So people say, count your macros. This is too much for my mind.
Man, they got apps that do it for you, you know? And again, like, that's why I say it's overwhelming, because I've dealt with people on all different levels, right?
Yes.
I have some people that be like, man, it's overwhelming for me. I can't do it. I'm like, look, just stay in the ballpark.
Okay.
That way
stay close.
Yeah, you'll know where you're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
If you just do high quality foods and stay in the ballpark, you'll see success. Yeah, but and it's extended period of time. You can't do it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. That's why I tell people every day. Like, I always have this analogy. I say, if I gave you $1 million tomorrow, but I need you to eat this whole elephant today, would you try?
Would I try?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even try.
Okay, that's a good answer though.
Yeah, because
your body can't digest that animal.
Yeah.
So I think, like you just said, it takes time for things. But if you gave me 6 months to give me $1 million, I'm gonna chop them up and eat them over 6 months.
Yeah.
So that's the analogy. Is like, I'm trying to change the mindset.
You got to change the mindset.
that's
you got to look at it from this perspective. How do you eat an elephant?
In pieces.
Yeah, one bite at a time.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's true, and I think that's why I really try to, like, man, because I tell my wife, I'm like, I don't eat a lot. It's just I'm not eating right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'm not stuffing myself with the food.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, my biggest thing, I'm like, man, I'm looking at my stomach. I'm like, okay, I'm doing 500 abs. It's still not moving.
Yeah. Well, you know, and that's a common mistake because, you know, everybody has abs.
Yes.
But you got this layer of fat.
Yes.
That's beneath your skin. Then you have your abs.
Then
you have another layer of fat that's around your organs. And that's the more important one to me, because that's the one that is like the silent killer, because a lot of people, I mispronounced the word. It's called visceral fat, I think. But man, it's a process. I get it. It can be overwhelming, but just make the best choices as possible, because when I tell you, people say it's too expensive, it's too time consuming. Do you know how long that it takes to wait in a waiting room, waiting to see a doctor, getting treatment, having to leave work to go to the doctor for this medical thing? So
that's expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Doctor bill is expensive.
That's time consuming.
Yeah.
Which side you want to be on with
That's true.
You know?
And I think that it's the level of, like, this is my thing. I'm like, I need to start respecting my body more.
Man, that's a good way to look at it.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm dumping food in this vessel. I'm dumping dump in this vessel. So I got to get more discipline. I tell my wife all the time, like, it's hard. I'm willing to sacrifice, but I'm not willing to super sacrifice. So I got to figure out, like, you know, like, what's the whole, you know, thing. So y'all business model, how did y'all build your business model?
Man, I would say through trial and error.
Okay.
Through trial and error. But reading various books, looking at proven systems that work. As my brother, I learned this from him. He says, you know, life is not a secret, it's a system.
I got you.
And once you learn the system, you can really do anything. And just pivoting back to the weight loss, if you learn the system,
got you,
it works. It's just got to follow the system.
And it's crazy though, like you said earlier, it's like we chasing the bag. It's like, I know the system of podcasting. I know the system of creating content. I know how to create 10 to 20K a month from that computer.
Wow. Yeah,
that's a system.
That's a system.
I know how to do it. But my acronym for system is save yourself time, energy, and money. So he was right about that. But I'm like, man, I need to get this vessel together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not, and you know, I hear people that's badly out of build, I always say, oh, you don't look that bad. No, I don't look that good to me. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, the funny thing is you'll be surprised some of the people that you think are healthy aren't. Just because somebody's slim and skinny don't mean that they're healthy.
Okay, I got you.
You know, some people that put on vast amount of muscle are not necessarily healthy. It's about doing it the right way.
That's true.
Because if I go and take a whole bunch of steroids to get super swole, I'm not healthy.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can see it like with some of the bodybuilders that will come out and say, man, I was doing this and doing that. You know, yeah.
So how do y'all compare yourselves to like a Crunch Fitness, to why people should choose y'all over like 24-hour fitness, Planet Fitness? Like, what makes y'all unique?
Well, we don't compare ourselves to them.
Okay.
We are, and I know that people say this loosely all the time, but when you step through our doors, we are really like family.
Okay, I got you.
You know, it's more of a boutique. It's more it's more personalized than like a Lifetime or
yeah.
So the trainers are gonna know the members, and we push each other, you know, and we're not competing with each other, so to speak. We push each other, and
so I need to cancel my Crunch membership and come to y'all.
I think it would make a big difference, and once you come, you will see.
Okay,
you'll see, because like a lot of people, especially
I'm by myself at Crunch. Right?
Yeah. A lot. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I'll say the majority of our clients are ladies.
Okay.
Guys kind of got this mentality that I don't need nobody to help me. I know what to do. I'm gonna go get on this 3 set for 10.
I'm him,
and I'm good.
I'm him.
But when a guy come and then they do a couple workouts, it's like, now I get it.
Okay.
Now I get it. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of the guys that end up coming, initially, they might come because they girlfriend or their wife. Man, you need to come try this out. You need to come try this out. And he thinking like, oh man, she ain't doing nothing. When they come in there and then she outwork him, and it's like, what? Okay, I get it now. You know what I mean?
You know, we spun $200 a month for Burn Boot Camp.
Yeah.
In 2022. I canceled my membership. Anyways, it was number ladies in there anyway.
Yeah.
First couple of days, I'm like, this laughing to kill this.
Yep.
Man, you crazy.
Yep.
Them ladies killed me.
Yep.
I mean, murder. I'm like, I need to get myself. And these are older ladies too.
That's it.
And you know, it's crazy.
That was my same experience.
Okay.
Before I started, I was into like video making, videography, and stuff like this. And I was like, well, had some life situations, and then this was an opportunity. My brother hit me up, and he was like, hey man, got an opportunity. Come work with me. I think you'll do great, because I was also coaching, like school coaching. And I was like, okay. He said, you got to get in shape though first. You know what I mean? Man, I know what to do. I'm coaching kids. I do weightlifting and all that, but this is a different type of weightlifting.
It is.
I went to a boot camp with my sister actually, and she was an instructor at the time. And I'm saying that too, man, I'm about to kill all these girls. Oh, man, these girls about to see, man. I'm about to show.
Yeah.
I got through like 10 minutes. Okay, I understand that.
Let me humble myself.
I understand. So yeah, that changed my life, man, because the trajectory that I was going at that point, man, I would go to Chicken Plus, eat 6 wings, rice and gravy, biscuits, beans and rice, and hit a dessert up, bro.
Oh man.
And but yeah, it changed the trajectory of my health for sure.
And I think people need to know that, you know, it's important, because like I said, and the only reason why I went to the Burn Boot Camp was my wife.
There it is.
She's like, man, we need to go to Burn Boot Camp.
There it is.
She said, I don't want to work out with you no more, because you trying to lift weights. I'm not trying to do all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, whatever. I said, but she said, I want to go at 5 a.m. though. So I want you to go, because I don't want to be getting in my car and going there at 5 o'clock in the morning myself.
Gotcha. That's
so I was like, okay, let's do it. Now they made you sign a year contract.
Yeah.
You couldn't get out of it.
They lock you in.
They lock you in.
We month to month, y'all.
Okay. So they locked us in. I went and I seen my body change a little bit, but again, my eating habits. Yeah. That's my problem.
You're not gonna out-try a bad diet.
Yeah. It's like my weight don't never really change.
Yeah, that's okay.
But it's just, I need to slim down.
You can lose body fat and maintain and gain muscle and not really see a big difference on the scale.
I got you.
And I'll tell people all the time, man, don't worry about the scale. Don't worry about that number changing.
I'll be standing on that scale every day.
Yeah, don't worry about the scale. You know if you're doing right, but
yes.
You can if you're working out, especially when you're first getting started. I tell anybody, pay attention to how your clothes fit.
Okay.
Take some pictures and some, like some shorts, if ladies, sports bra, tights, and you will start to notice a difference over time if you're consistent.
This is another thing that too. I see a lot of dudes. I call them eggs with legs. I call them an egg. They look like an egg with their legs skinny.
Yeah, that's because guys don't like getting the legs, man. Especially if you most guys that do like the crunch fitnesses and those type of gyms, they go in there with the shirts on and hit the chest and back all day.
Yeah.
To the leg day. Nah, they miss leg day.
So I committed to at least 2 days leg day. I'm like, man, I got to commit to these 2 days.
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm committing to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. I created my own little workout. It's called 2 by 25 by 10.
Okay.
All right. So I do 10 different exercises, 25 reps, 2 times.
Yeah.
That creates 500. So I do that. You know what I'm saying? But again, my whole thing is I can get the chest, but the stomach is just killing.
Yeah, I mean, again, it depends what your goal is. There's different things you can do for specific goals. If you're trying to lose more body fat, that's a completely different workout. Doing a bodybuilding workout. You know what I mean? So it's different, like we saying, it's different systems for different results. So you can continue to, let's say, put on muscle, but if you got that layer of fat between that muscle and that skin, you're not going to see the definition that you want to see, So not that it's not working. Like you're getting stronger. You might have noticed strength. But you might not be getting the visual that you want because you're going to have to change that eating habit. There's just no way around that.
So I want to ask you this question. If you can go back and tell your 13-year-old self something so that today your life will look different, what would it be?
Man, I don't know. I'm one of those people that feel like everything happened for a reason.
Okay. So you wouldn't tell yourself nothing?
Well, I would. The biggest thing I would tell myself is probably invest in Apple.
Okay.
No, I would tell myself to start off healthier.
Okay.
And not depend on my athletic ability. Because as a younger athlete, I didn't feel like I needed to work out.
Of course.
So I was like, man, I'm good. I don't got to go do no squats. I'm talented. I don't need all this. I'm natural. Well, that was what the lie I was telling myself. But that would probably be my biggest thing, was to start earlier. I think don't let other people project their fears onto me. Yeah, like, for example, I ran away from algebra and math and all of that because of something that was said to me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So I didn't even try it, so don't let other people's fears impact my decision making. Yeah. And yeah, man, I mean, there's a lot of things you could say. What would you tell yourself?
Man, don't be hard-headed.
Yeah.
And take more risks as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because again, I started my first business at 18, a video game company. People was telling me, don't do that. And it's like, to that point, they kind of scared my dreams away.
Projecting their fears.
Yes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm 43 and I'm job free, because I learned how to use that internet. I learned how to make money with the internet.
Yeah.
Now it's easy. But I could have been job free.
Yeah.
If I didn't it took me, this book right here was sitting on the shelf for 10 years. And then for some reason I couldn't never finish it because I was self-doubting myself. Yeah. If that makes sense. It's like I get in my own way, like, if I release this book, what they gonna say?
Right.
Is it good enough? Is it worth it?
No, I get that. I get that.
It's a scary thing. So.
It is. Yeah. I most definitely would tell myself, now that you said that, I would tell myself to want and desire to read more.
Yes.
Because I kind of ran from reading. Man, that's real. Like, how many times do people not take that leap because of fear?
Well, let me tell you how God worked, though. The reason why your dad a pastor, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how God worked. I can't really tell you too much about God, but I'm gonna tell you what I have seen from my own experience. He used us as vessels, and he might give you a vision.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't pursue it because you letting your fear step in, he gonna give it to somebody else.
Mm.
You ever heard somebody say, man, I had that idea 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
God gave you that vision.
Yeah.
But you didn't pursue it.
You didn't pursue it. You didn't act on it.
You didn't act on it.
Mm-hmm.
So God said, I'm gonna get my work out there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To do my work.
Yeah.
You know, so where's your dad's church at?
Right now we're off of Bissonnet, like 59 South.
Okay.
Yeah, Bissonnet, what's it called? Daffodil 84.
Okay.
11. I can't remember right now.
So you're a minister?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not a minister.
I'm just asking.
I'm not a minister, man. But you know, I'm not scared to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
or stand up. I see a lot of things going on in society that's troubling. You know what I mean? So
it is.
I will stand up for it in any given opportunity. Honestly.
It will. Yeah. And I think and that's bold. So what you do at the church?
Right now, I help with the media team.
Okay, the media team.
Yeah, so behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's the best way to
be. Always been more behind the scenes type person.
And it works out though.
Yeah, for the most part.
I tell people you don't have to always be the face of something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times the people like me and my wife have multiple businesses.
Yeah.
Some businesses you don't see our face.
Yeah.
Because we learn how to run the play.
Yeah.
You don't have to see it.
Oh,
we making that money.
Bro, I prefer that.
Yes.
I prefer that because when people have a face sometimes, man, it's like in the faith, it's a verse that says, you know, the only thing we're supposed to suffer is persecution. We're not supposed to be broke.
Yes.
We're not supposed to, you know, deal with health issues.
Come on.
But like when you have stuff and you're being successful, persecution comes. But when they don't have that face of persecution, sometimes it still come. But it's like, man, like, hey, this is why I like being behind the scenes. Nobody know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And people be in your business, man.
They do.
They want to know everything.
Yeah. And the thing is, you don't mind sharing. Like, I don't mind sharing if people coming from a genuine and a good place. You want to see other people be successful.
You know what's funny? And I say this all the time. People was pressing me because this is why I tell you, sometimes it's good not telling nobody what you're doing.
Oh, most times until it's done. You know?
People was pressing me about, man, you said you was writing a book. That book ain't coming out.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, when it come out, I'm gonna see the thing. Do you know most people who was saying they never even bought a copy?
Oh, I'm sure.
It's just, what you pressing me?
I'm sure.
You pressing me.
I'm sure. Most like it's sad that most people that
they hate
grew up with
what?
Just don't even support what you do.
That's crazy.
I mean, I can count probably on one hand the guys that I grew up with that has visited my gym.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, like from my specific neighborhood area, maybe on one hand. Now, once you get to a certain guys I met later in life, like in college and stuff, are more supportive. You know what I mean? But and I don't know. I think maybe sometimes it's when people see you, they see who you used to be.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah, and they think, man, I could do that.
So, and that's
or whatever they think. I don't know.
I think that's what they thinking though.
Yeah.
Are they thinking that it used to be like this? So, but you knew the old version of me.
Yeah.
You don't know this version of me.
Yeah.
This is a whole nother business minded. Like my whole is who I used to be. That ain't
a completely different person.
A whole nother person, but they don't know that though. And I think my wife, she always say people be hating though.
Yeah.
They don't want that. They don't want to see you doing better than them.
Yeah.
They don't mind if you're on the same level with them. You know what's funny? If you post, hey, I got a new job, man, you might get 400 likes.
Mm-hmm.
But you post, man, I got my business, you might get 10 likes. You know why I recognize that? People can't relate to what they never experienced.
Yeah.
So they never experienced having a business. They can't relate to that.
Yeah.
So, but the people who got a job, they can relate.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
But people like, oh, you started a business? Oh, you got a content? Like we rent this room out. Oh, y'all renting out a podcast room? Like they don't see it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And until we make this $1 million, then you be ready to jump on board.
Oh yeah, everybody when you there, you know what I mean? Like everybody wants to jump on when you're there. So like, you know, when we start franchising and start opening multiple gyms, I'm pretty sure that's when some of the people that have never supported, I've been knowing him since such and such. And that's cool too. I want you to come.
I want you to come.
Ain't no love lost.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, man. Anything I can do to be a service to somebody, that's like really one of my things is servitude and empowering other people. So And not taking things personal. That's one thing I've had to learn is not to
Yes.
take things personal.
Yes.
Even when people do you wrong, even people do you bad. You know? So
even family don't support.
Oh man,
that'd be the most.
Yeah. It can be at times. It can be at times. I can speak on that. You know, I get it. And I do have a lot of support from some of my family, but there's some family that don't support. You know what I mean? And that's cool. You know.
Yeah, and like you said, once you get over everybody not supporting, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? All right, so it's a question I always ask too. Okay. It's a good question. All right, so 3 to 5 years from now. No, before we go to that question, y'all been doing this for 12 years.
Yeah, 13. Dang,
13.
Yep,
13.
This May 13.
So, what are some of the lessons you learned in this process of being a business owner?
Don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
Ooh, that's good.
Don't be scared to leap. Oh. If you're not growing, you're dying. Man, the lessons haven't stopped. Just pay attention to the numbers.
Come on.
The thing that you weak is at, work on it, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's good to know. So how can y'all get better the next 12 years? I mean, the next 13 years from now? From those lessons? From the lessons?
Don't repeat them, for one, you know, like, again, adhere to the lesson.
I got you.
Continue to grow, continue to innovate. Constant innovation is a must if you want to stay relevant.
It's a must.
So, yeah, just be honest with yourself and pay attention to the numbers.
The numbers.
Pay attention to the numbers,
man.
The
numbers, man.
Take account for every cent, not every dollar, every cent.
That's good. And I tell people that all the time, I'm like, man, marketing is key. Whatever you do, like, I know y'all in the word of mouth business. So that's what's so great about, like, you might have 10 gym members, 5 of them saying, hey, man, you should come. So, like, the referrals, it gets real, like, you know what I'm saying? To me, when it comes to something like that, like me, I get, like, a lot of referrals on, hey, man, I heard you learn how to do podcasts, and what I got to do, I say, well, I got a course online, I got an ebook, and I got a 1-year mentorship. Pick which way you want to go, you know? And I allow them to pick $47 for the ebook, $297 for the online course, or $2,500 for the year. But I can watch you and train you how to podcast.
Yeah,
people ready. So you got some people that's like, hey, I need you to hold my hand. I paid $2,500.
Yeah.
You got some people say I can do it myself. I pay $47.
Yeah.
So
the knowledge is there. I mean, the wisdom is available.
Yes. How bad do they want it?
Yeah. And fear, like, are they scared to make that jump? What are they scared of? I think a lot of people are scared of not succeeding. So they won't even try. They'd rather not be let down than even give it a try.
But but this is crazy though. I tell people every day you should, when you wake up, like I post videos every day.
Yeah.
So I post either 30-second reel, some motivation, podcast. I post something every day.
Yeah.
So I said the problem is you letting yourself down anyway when you go into a place you hate.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
You really letting yourself down. You hate that.
That's
place.
Real. You know? But there's that, I guess it's that false sense of security that people adhere to. Because I've been there. Okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I think that's something that you should fight at any aspect. Okay. Even when you're getting ready to make a leap, it's like, oh, I got this secure amount or position. You know what I mean? That's very uncomfortable
it's
to
do. And people was criticizing me because I walked away from the railroad.
Yeah.
To be a full-time entrepreneur, they're like, man, the benefits, the this. I'm like, man, I'm working for myself.
Yeah.
I'd rather make $40,000 a year than 120. All right? No, for the 40,000, me doing what I love to do versus 120 at somebody's service.
Yeah.
That's just my mindset.
I got you.
Because I can flip it. Now I didn't 5 times that. I didn't maximize my moment.
Yeah.
Instead of giving somebody 12 hours a day, I get that to myself.
Oh, I agree. And then I think like even just like what you just said was key, identifying your circle.
Yes.
If I have people that are criticizing me, they don't belong in my circle. It's a big difference between criticism and constructive criticism, right?
That's true.
If people are like projecting their fears on me, I've learned this is somebody that I don't really need to give energy, because I want to be on the highest level possible. Right?
Yes.
If you can't be like, man, you know what, go for it, or something positive, but trying to scare me, I've learned to identify somebody that I don't even share anything intimate with them at the very least, and limit our interactions together. But
and how important is having the right circle?
Oh, that's critical. That's critical. If you don't have the right people around you, man, you're what's the old saying? You're only as strong as your weakest link.
Yes.
And not to say that. Sometimes, there's people in your life that you're going to have to deal with, whether it be family, they just might not be on the same level as you.
That's true.
That's fine. But, I don't have to always interact with somebody that's not on the same level as me.
That's true.
Or even if somebody has hurt me or done something negative to me, I can forgive you, but I don't have to socialize.
That's true.
You know what I mean? We keep it cordial when I see you.
Oh no, what would your daddy say?
He would agree with me.
He would?
Yeah, because that's the difference. Like, it's not like it's so much misinformation out there.
It is
just because like everybody say, "Oh, slap on the cheek, turn the other cheek." You know what I mean? Yeah, that's kind of taken out of context a little bit. You know what I mean? So, my thing is you forgive people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you forget.
That's true.
Forgiveness is for you. You got to release the hurt that they caused in your life. Once you're able to release that hurt, you would be unwise to put yourself in a position to get hurt again. You know what I mean? So that doesn't make you less of a believer because you refuse to be used. You know what I mean? That's wisdom.
That's true.
That's wisdom. Because you can always go back and forth. You're only supposed to surround yourself with people that are equally yoked, right?
That's true.
So if I'm with somebody that's constantly bringing me down, that'd be unwise for me to continue to associate with them people.
So how and I like to touch a little bit on this. How associating your wife? She works.
Yeah, she works too. Like, my wife's a go-getter. She works.
So how's that dynamic between you owning the gym and then her working? Like, how's that dynamic between y'all?
It's amazing because I wouldn't have the gym if it wasn't for her. You know what I mean?
I like that.
The most critical thing, like, we got married within like a year of meeting each other.
Okay.
Right? And she told me something that was so critical to me. It's like, I would be with you if we was in a cardboard box.
Ooh,
and I believe it. I believe it. So that there released that, as a man, like y'all talked about in your last podcast or your podcast with Danny, you want to be the provider, right?
Yes.
But to have that room for failures gives you that faith to, like, you know what? If I leap and we don't make it, and we fall flat, come on, she's still gonna be with me. You know what I mean? So with that being said,
that's that battery in the back, though.
Yeah, for sure.
That's that battery, because I tell people all the time. They say, "Well, you walk away from your job." I said, "Yeah, but I had a secret."
Yeah.
They said, "What's the secret?" My wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because she said, "I got us."
Yeah. Yeah.
She said, "I got us." If something happened, she said, "You walk away. You go first and be an entrepreneur."
Yeah.
And if something happened, I'm working. I got us.
Yeah.
Man, do you know how much energy that gave me to finish my book, to create my courses?
That's critical. and that was initially the same thing with me. She said pretty much the same thing. And what was cool about it, she had always visualized owning her own gym. She's really into fitness too. So that made it easy. I mean, she's probably the most certified coach that we had, because she's a certified coach, certified trainer, a nurse, got a master's degree in kinesiology. So she was well qualified. But yeah, man, that having that backbone,
yes,
it was like, oh, let's go for it. So now, like, as we enter different businesses, different education levels and stuff like that, it's critical.
And that's why I tell people all the time. There's like, man, you got your. I said, yeah, but me and my wife got a podcast too. And our brand, our LLC brand, is One Marriage, Two Hustlers.
Okay,
because that's our mindset. We got one marriage, but we two hustlers.
Yeah.
Because we believe that we can. This is just so powerful. I really was trying to educate these dudes the other day at the barbershop. I'm like, dude, these young men, like, man, y'all thinking with y'all little head, not y'all big head. Y'all gotta wrap your mind around, like, finding that one person. Because listen, a man that's gonna ever be successful, he don't need too many distractions.
Yeah.
And having multiple women are distractions.
That's a distraction. That's a job.
That's a job.
That's a job, bro. Like, just imagine you taking that energy that you're giving for all these multiple relationships and focusing it on yourself or creating a corporation. If you can juggle that with the emotional attachments and whatnot, you can be a CEO of a company with no problem.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good. So, so look, we got a tombstone. I know you probably seen me ask Danny this. You got a tombstone this big, this wide. You need to leave 3 things in there. 3. We're gonna. This is before you pass away.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go dig it up 1,000 years later so people can remember you by. What are 3 things you're leaving in there?
Art.
Art.
Yeah.
You draw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm into art, so I think that would be some people to remember me by.
That's good.
I think I would be more concerned with a financial legacy for my little girl versus, like in my faith, we're taught that, you leave your seed an inheritance.
Yes.
So leaving an inheritance would be more of a thing that I'd be more concerned. Just art and empowered people.
I like.
You know what I mean? Empowered people. That's all I think I would care about. Honestly, there's not 3 things other than that would be 3 things, but yeah.
And I tell people that all the time. I was like, man, the world looking for hope.
Yeah.
And hope stands for the acronym for hope is help other people excel.
Yeah.
So if you give people enough things that they want out of life, God gonna bless you with what you want out of life.
For sure.
But the problem is, it's like, man, to me, one of my biggest things is before I pass away is helping at least 100 people become millionaires.
Man, I like that.
That's just my
specific.
Yes, he's specific.
Good. Yeah.
The Bible say write the vision down, make it plain. Make it plain. You know what I'm saying? That's important.
That's good.
I
would agree with that. That is like teaching people how to fish. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you teach them how to fish, you don't have to keep feeding them.
That's good.
So, no, I agree with you. That would be a legacy on its own. Just
and to
changing
me,
life.
That's what it's about. And that's why I always tell people, I'm like, man, because the question they ask is like, man, why y'all build it? Why y'all move over here? I'm like, because people was trying to rent a house out. I'm like, I can't let you rent my house out.
Yeah.
But I can get a studio.
Yeah.
And then, now we got people coming in and renting the room.
No, this is really cool. I like it.
And this is so important. So I got a game it's called the word game. Okay. I want to know where your mindset is at. So I'm gonna say a word and you tell me what you think about the word.
Okay.
The first word is money.
Money. Essential necessity for survival.
I believe money is just as important as oxygen. You need to survive.
You need to survive.
If your oxygen stop, you dead. Breathe, your money stop.
Yeah, nice. You got to eat.
It's
getting more and more important. Like if you ain't watching what's going on in the world, you got to have it, man.
All right. So next word is mindset.
Mindset. Positivity. Focused. High energy. Growth.
I like that. The next word is fate.
Just believing in something that you don't see yet. Speaking it into existence.
Man, that's good. Now the acronym for fate, you ever heard of the acronym?
I've heard a couple, but go ahead.
Okay, this is for anything I trust him.
Nah, I haven't heard that one.
Which is God.
Yeah.
So for everything I trust God no matter what.
I like that. I'm gonna have to write that one down. And then when you said it, I was thinking fear. I was thinking acronym for fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you heard for fear?
False evidence appearing real.
I heard fail early and responsibly. Okay. So it's kind of like everybody got a different perspective, but it's still a perspective.
It's a positive perspective.
Yes.
And that's the key, is the positivity to it. Like people have negative perspectives about everything. Some people have positive perspectives.
That's true. Goals.
Goals, man. I'll go back to empowering growth, enjoying every moment.
Okay.
High quality surroundings at all times.
Leadership.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time. I think we need more leadership to grow, just to step up right now.
I think so. I think the world is, what I'm looking at, we in this big old city, Houston, Texas. There's gyms everywhere. There's different things everywhere. But I asked myself a question. I said, man, where is there a content creation space that we can be a one-stop shop? I haven't found it yet. I've been looking. Well, you can have 5 podcast rooms. You can have a state-of-the-art kitchen with entrepreneurs can meet up every day, open lobby area. Like, I've been looking. I'm like, man, I think we got to fulfill something that we like for y'all doing the franchise when y'all already started it.
Yeah, I mean it's evolving
thing,
but most definitely we're looking to open a couple more gyms within the next year.
And there's other owners.
Yeah, opportunities.
I like that.
Opportunities. Earlier when you asked me about like some of the models, looking at some of the successful models, like we never really compared ourselves to the Crunch Fitnesses. We like looking at places we like. We like Apple products. We like Chick-fil-A, how they do business. So most definitely studying some of those models and amongst others.
And that's why I studied with my clothing model. I studied the Apple and the Jordan brand because you can't get Jordans every day.
No, you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
They're exclusive.
Apple have this model of doesn't matter. They might just add 2 things to the iPhone. They coming with every year. They coming with something.
They're gonna come with something. Yeah, they're gonna come with something.
And so I'm on the 12. They got me thinking about getting the 14. I'm like, do I really need it?
Yeah.
But they sell it to you though.
They sell it.
You know,
they sell it.
they sell it.
They plan it 3, 4, 5, 6 years ahead right now.
Yes. And so that's why I say like it's very important to try to be ahead of the curve. You know, and I'm trying to be ahead of the curve. Yeah, I'm trying to be the person that, man, this dude built a whole content creation in Houston, Texas.
No, you should do it, and you should do it. I know you got it in the works, so you should do it, man.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna call it the Black House. Yeah. And the reason why I'm gonna call it the Black House because it's gonna have all your Black inventors posters of everybody in there.
Okay.
Everybody who Black ever, man. It's so many cold Black inventors.
Oh man,
we're not getting no credit.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole that's a podcast in itself. That's a series.
It's a series.
That's a series, man.
You know.
And that's leadership, man. And that's why it's so important. Because like growing up, we wasn't taught that. You know what I mean? We wasn't taught that, hey, you could do this, you can do that. We're thinking, and like a lot of kids, my way out of this situation is playing sports or rapping. You know what I mean? Because that's the only thing that we see. And even this information era where it's just at your fingertips. It's nonstop. The algorithm is directed to keep you engaged and waste time. Just think about the kids that don't have no other references. Like at least as an adult, we can be like, well, we know this is entertaining, but they think this is real. They think this is real life. A lot of them, especially if they don't have a family structure. And sometimes even with the family structure, we're so busy chasing the bag that we're not giving the time that we need for our children. So TikTok is raising them.
Crazy though. And that's why I tell myself 1 hour a day, post and go. So
that's a wise way to be.
Post it.
It's wise, man.
1 hour a day, post and go. So I post my videos, I do this, but I'm focused my other day is focused on my other businesses. I'm focused on creating my own content. I'm focused on other things like that. And helping people.
That's it.
That's it.
That's discipline too, because I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I get caught up. I'm going to post something and then hold up. You know what? You look up 30 minutes, an hour. I'm like, wow. And then the thing is, if you really pay attention to how you feel after that, you know what I mean? And I would challenge anybody, see how you feel sometimes.
That's crazy.
After you put that phone down, after you're almost mentally drained. You know what I mean? That dopamine's been going off far too long. You know what I mean? And then you set it down, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, dang, it's real. It's crazy though.
So 2 things I always tell myself too, before my feet hit the ground, I gotta say, thank you, Lord, for waking me up.
I agree.
Second thing is I'm trying this new thing now. Try not to touch my phone till 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's good.
So I need to wake up, drink my my coffee or my tea. Not really coffee. I drink tea every morning. Drink that, go to the gym, come back, eat breakfast, take a shower, and start my day.
Yeah.
All right. Then I can look at my phone. So that's gonna be hard though.
Yeah.
Because the simple fact of, okay, man, I got clients, I got a lot going on my phone. So I'm like, but I'm just trying to be at another level of discipline.
I think that's good, man. I think more people should practice some type of discipline like that. I'm working on it. On the flip side of that, not touching my phone, and I'm just saying 30 minutes before I go to sleep. You know what I mean? Instead of falling asleep on the phone, I'm just working on 30 minutes. Yeah. I'm like, I find myself always in a state of feeling that I need to do something. And that's part of the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You are always working.
Always.
But just having that discipline to disconnect is just critical for your mental health.
It's crazy though, because the other day I was renting a video. I told my wife, I'm coming to bed. It was like 9:20. I go to bed at 10 o'clock now. Okay. I'm not, hey, listen. But I'll be up at 5:30.
No, that's it.
But I know people say, you go to bed at 10 o'clock. That's early. Listen, I'm up at 5:30.
No, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I called myself 1:30 in the morning, jumping out the bed like, oh man, I had that video render. It was crazy though. Like you said, you constantly thinking of like, man, what can I do different? I mean, what can I do different in the world? How can I bring something different to your brain is always constantly thinking. So this is the time where I flip the questions around, and you can ask me any question you want to ask me. Anything you want to ask me.
What did it take for you to make that leap to leave the railroad to go ahead and pursue what was really in your heart?
My mom died at 50. She died at 50 years old, man. And I was like, man. And I already had all these ideals. I had that book sitting on the shelf. I was doing a lot of talking. And my wife said, you do a lot of talking. You know, where the action at? And so I was like, she didn't mean nothing by it though. But she means something. It hit a trigger though.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, I do a lot. I need to stop talking. You know what I'm saying? So then I started focusing on, okay, what I need to do. Then I said, I'm going to finish this book. I got locked in. I'm going to finish this book. Matter of fact, I'm in the process. I got 3 more books about to drop.
That's what's up.
That's why it's about to get crazy. But I didn't figure it out again. We figured out a system. You learn how to write one, you can write 100.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now I know the next book is about entrepreneurship. You know, just straight like 12 steps on what you need to do every day to make $1 million in 1 year. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
And so that's the mindset. So that just in general is just like, man, I need to do something. Seeing my mom pass away early, what pushes me to say, man, we don't know how long we're going to be here, bro. We just don't know.
That lit that fire.
That lit that fire, man.
That lit that fire. Man.
You know, and she passed away from cancer. So, I mean, it's like, and this just, it's crazy. That's the picture of her right here. I always put on the podcast. She over here that, it's crazy, you know.
Dang, man, that touched a spot in my heart because you know I lost my mom younger than I thought should have happened, and that's really kind of like one of our driving forces too with our whole health and wellness. It's because she was really big into it, but she didn't take the time to take care of herself. She was always putting others first.
Oh wow!
And that's like when I feel like stopping and giving up, I remember why I'm doing this, and that's my why. When it comes to fitness, it's not because I want to look a certain kind of way. It's because, you know, my mom.
And I tell people your why, which the acronym for why means what's hurting you. What's hurting you is what's going to fuel you to get to where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
So you got to have a why that's going to push you.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't have that why. So like every day, like in the front page of that book is a picture of my mom. That book is dedicated to her. It's like, man, you know, thank you for giving me the principles and the mindset and the, you know, the push. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, it makes me just like, man, I know you smiling down and this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, of where we really can go. And like, I don't know, man, just like you said, man, take a leap of faith.
Yeah.
People too scared. But I'm gonna be the example that they see.
Yeah.
You know, that and I told my wife said, what's your dream car? I said, I'm buying me a Lambo soon.
Man, you got a lot in common, bro. Yeah, that's it.
I said, you know why?
We got it.
You know why? Because I'm not trying to impress the kids. I want to impress up on them. That I'm a guy that create content that's making millions of dollars. You can do it too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm an author, philanthropist. I mean, I'm just always want to give.
Yeah.
You know, trying to give to the youth. Like me and my wife started our nonprofit. It's called Get Your Swag On. Swag On stands for Stop Wasting Abilities and Gifts on Nothing. And it's basically to go into the school systems and to give them entrepreneur skills. that dope boy, he can be a great entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
If he see somebody that's doing it the right way. You selling drugs, you just gotta learn how to sell something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the mindset.
That's all it is.
That's
all it is.
You know,
and they're willing to risk their freedom.
Yeah.
And you know, like knocking on the door ain't gonna be nothing to you. Like, you know what I mean? Making a call.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's dope, man. Do that. Continue to do that.
And I just think, you know, because I was always looking for. I grew up in Baytown, so every time they brought people around, it always was. And I'm not racist, but I'm saying I was the white person. I never seen somebody who looks like me that's getting it.
Yeah,
I never seen that.
Yeah.
So if I can go back and say, listen, not that I'm 43, I'm not young, but still, I'm not old. But I mean, if I can go back and give them something, that's what I want to give them.
Yeah, it's the time. It's the time for leadership. You know what I mean? I agree, man. I wholeheartedly agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
And like that's what we were getting at with the inventors. Like, we didn't know that we can invent something
crazy.
I didn't know that. Like, my brother talks about this all the time in his podcast, because he was a basketball player and he wanted to play pro basketball, and he more so wanted the lifestyle of a pro basketball player. You know what I mean? It wasn't that he loved basketball that much. He wanted the lifestyle, and once he figured out, man, I can obtain this lifestyle doing something different, it was game changing. Yes. You know what I mean? So once we expose the youth and children, like, hey man, there's other ways to get it. You can get this stuff that you're seeing other than the streets or playing sports. Not that there's anything wrong playing sports. No. But just depending on that, you know what I mean? It's eye opening. And
one of the things I'm dropping though is I'm dropping my academy this year. It's $11,000, but it's an 8-month academy. Let me tell you how great it is. On the month number 9, if they're not making at least $10,000 a month, I give them their money back.
Okay.
But it's a content creation, building your brand academy from scratch. That's from you creating content, learning how to do videos, learning how to brand yourself, market yourself. Is you building your brand from scratch for 8 months.
That's dope.
And each month got 12 steps.
That's dope.
I'm big on 12 because Jesus had 12 disciples. So I'm big on, like, my book right here got 12 chapters.
12 chapters.
I'm big on 12.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, anything else?
Man, no, like I said, I'm just happy to be here. Like,
yes, sir.
I don't. Did I want to ask you?
Yeah. Anything else you want to ask me?
Not really, man. You know, like you said, take that leap of faith. Don't be scared.
So, the last question is: what would you tell that 20-year-old guy that's looking at this podcast that's saying, "Man, he a gym owner, man. How can I get to where he at?" What kind of advice could you give him?
A 20-year-old person that wants to get into fitness, or just in general?
Just in general, just to be an entrepreneur, like, just because, you know, we're both entrepreneurs, but we're doing different things.
Yeah. I would say, man, if you can find something that you're passionate about, that's great.
Come on.
But if you can find anything that makes money, that's a good place to start, because I do believe it takes a little money to make money. It makes things a lot easier.
It do.
And I think sometimes the things that if you're good at something and you can produce money from it, that can fuel your passion. You know what I mean? That can pay for whatever it is that you want. You know what I mean? Like, I love painting, but my lane at this moment ain't to wake up every day, paint a painting and go sell them. That's not it.
I got you.
But the things that I do allow me to paint when I want to, and it allows me to figure it out until I do find my niche to make money from doing it. So I would just tell them, man, find a way to make money. I would tell them, man, like, right now it's such a negative energy for anybody that's working jobs, man. Put that social media aside.
Yes.
If you don't have an idea and you're not making money from your business, it's okay to go find a job.
Yes.
So, and it's really dope to go find a trade.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, college might not be for you, right? That's fine. Go learn how to do plumbing. Go learn how to do electrical work. This is Houston, Texas. If you go learn how to fix somebody's air condition,
come on,
you could make 6 figures
easy,
like the first year. You know what I'm saying? So, find a way to start making money at 20, because, you know, your average 20-year-old they just want to make money, hang out, do whatever. But no, man, don't get caught up into what is fashionable. If you're lucky enough to find a good woman that young,
Yeah.
Grab her up, snatch it. Don't feel like it's too young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, we're often programmed, especially my era growing up. It's like, man, you don't want to get married, but bro, if you can find a good woman at a young age, being real, that's Les Miles.
Les Miles.
That's Les Miles.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
you
just keeping it real, man. So that would add more quality to your life.
I just want to add to what you said. It's to tell people too is work your 9 to 5, but build your dreams from 6 to 10.
Oh yeah,
because that's what I done. I was at the railroad when I was off. Man, I was like, man, I'm finna go get it, man. I'm finna go. My mind wrapped around me building my own dreams. So I made a sacrifice.
Yeah,
you know, it was tough.
It's tough. Because your boys hanging out, you want to go hang out. Yeah. This is on, that is on. You want to, I get it, man.
And still today, I've been job free going on 3 years. And still today, they calling me.
Yeah.
They calling me like, hey, man, well, you still not working? I'm like, bro, never going back.
Man.
I didn't figure it out that I would never have to work for nobody again. I didn't figure out the play.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'll add to that, man. I'll say anybody that is working, for somebody or have a 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
But most definitely start your business. That's the cheat code. Working a 9 to 5 and having a business, that's the cheat code right there. Right there. Because that job can finance, that job becomes, I heard Bigger Pockets say this, that job becomes your financer of your business. And so really they almost become a partner with you. I was like, man, that's deep, bro.
That's dope.
That's deep, you know? And if you know anything about how taxes work, you need to start a business. You know what I'm saying? So
write that off, man.
Write that off. Like
I'm gonna give people the insurance play in a minute too, though.
Yeah,
they don't understand the insurance.
The insurance, play. You're gonna go insurance?
No. How you can invest in insurance? Borrow money off of your insurance.
Yeah.
So start a business.
I understand exactly what you're talking about.
So I'm gonna have to get them. I'm gonna have to get them to play
the whole life policies and all of that. Yeah, I mean, like we said, like it's a system.
But we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah, we don't. And we don't.
You know what I'm saying?
So much. And that's the blessing in the information age, the TikToks and stuff. If you start researching the correct algorithm, you'll start getting the right type of content that's going to actually help you grow. I heard the other day, the guy that owns TikTok, he doesn't allow his own children to get on it.
Come on.
And the people that are in their country, the children are not allowed to get on it except for a certain amount of time.
Come on.
And it has to be something that is uplifting, educational, like, you know, it can be, it's smart. It's they're constantly programming their children to see other people like them be successful. You know what I mean? To win science experiments, to do this, to do that. I ain't gonna lie, I went to a robotics competition the other day for my nephews, and I didn't want to go. I ain't gonna lie.
But when you got there,
I was like, man,
creative.
First of all, the only people that represented for our culture was my nephews and maybe one other kid. You had a whole bunch of, like, mostly it was Asian, and then others kind of trickled in Indian. But it was like, man, the things that they were doing were actually interesting. And it's the wave of the future. They're literally building robots and making them operate and programming them. I'm like, man, I get it. I see why
that's crazy.
The kids like the different cultures do these different things. You know what I mean?
Because it's working your mind, making you think, making you be an engineer. It's doing
it's doing so much. It's teaching you, and they had to do it in a team. So you're learning people skills. You're learning how to communicate and work in groups. And I was like, man, like our representation, I bet you, like, went to my nephews, my other nephews, it was basketball. It was a lot of us there. You know what I'm saying? We need to have equal representation across all platforms.
And I think also too that people need to understand that I hate when went to the barbershop, man, you don't understand, man. You ain't grew up in the hood. I said, how you know?
Yeah.
My mama used to be on food stamps. How you know? She used to have the book. So what you're telling me, you don't know me to tell me.
Yeah.
You thinking I haven't experienced what you experienced because you looking at my age. It's just a cycle.
Man, look at our history. Look at our history. Like, I got a very diverse group of friends, right?
Yes.
Like, when I talk to some of my friends of other races, I'm not telling them stuff that happened in history books. I'm telling them stuff that happened to my dad.
Come on.
Like some of the experiences my dad went through. My dad was alive when they had to walk through the back door. He couldn't ride certain buses. And one of his earliest memories is having police officers draw a gun on him for being 3 or 4 years old, peeing on a railroad, like next to their house.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, these are not things, like I went on a tangent right there.
Yeah.
I think they're far removed.
Yes.
We're only 2-3 generations into this.
But
you know what I mean?
That young generation think, oh, y'all haven't experienced what we experienced.
I know, man. We wrote the books. What do you mean? We're part of the problem of why y'all are where y'all at, especially specifically like our age group, because I'm 45. Like, we kind of started this trajectory, but we were limited resources.
Yes.
That's how we got caught up in the drugs and the music and only thinking that it's sports, is because we had limited resources. So we were using what we thought was our only way out. I mean, you look 100 years ago, you know, you're somebody in your family could have been related to a slave.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like my grandma's grandma. You know what I mean? When you look at it, that's not that far removed.
It's not.
If you really think about it. So we're still playing catch up. It's other people that have a head start.
Come on.
But you can either cry about that
or
you can do something about it.
And that's why I tell people every day, I'm trying my best to give you guys do something about it. But when I told my wife, I said, you know why people don't really want to listen? Is because they don't see that Lambo yet. You know what I'm saying? When they see that Lambo, they're going to put some respect on it. Then they're going to be like, hey, man, what you do for a living, man? Now you want to talk.
Yeah. I mean,
it's what
show
it
me.
is.
You know,
what it is.
Show me. I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I mean, and I understand that. You know, I get it. But if you hear anything what I'm saying today, man, take action.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That 20-year-old, take action, do something. Even if you don't want to go find a trade, do something, man.
Come on.
And they're young. They have the ideas. If they learn how to just
channel them,
do what you want them to do with content, they know what's the next trend.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So do something with it, man.
Listen, man, we had a good conversation, man. We thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, go out and design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, but most importantly, leave your legacy for years to come with your own information and products. We see you guys in the next video.